Yes, guys, this is Nearly Last, bringing you back another gameplay for today, and this time, guys, we are on my favourite map on the new Ascendance. Yep, this is Chop Shop, and this time, I've managed to get on to Team Deathmatch. This is part of my series at the moment that I'm doing on the new Ascendance DLC, where I'm trying to play as many of the game modes over the next few days, on as many different maps. You know, I'm trying to bring like either my first go or my first few goes, depending on whether I join at the beginning, at the start, or whether it's anything to watch really. So, but this time, this is my first go on Team Deathmatch on Chop Shop. I haven't actually had a go. This map doesn't really pop up for me too much, to be honest. I'm quite disappointed. I've only played it like I think about 3 times, and I do enjoy it. I like my smaller maps for the SMG. So I was wondering how it was going to play with Team Deathmatch. How Team Deathmatch could be, you know, a little bit slow and, you know, a little bit campy, but with this one I found it quite open. Now I think that's a lot of it's down to the actual map that itself, because as I was playing it, I was finding that, you know, when I was feeling a little bit comfortable in a certain part, I'd find that I got flanked, or someone could see me through a window and they'd take me out like from a nice little angle and that, you mean? So I've got to try and get used to it at the moment, you know what I mean? So when you're trying to run about a bit and trying to get a little bit too confident and that, I'm finding at the moment you can easily be picked off. At the moment, I am going on a bit of a run. I know that they're all coming towards me round this way at the moment. I am still running my magnitude, which I find works for me all the time on any map, but on this, I wouldn't want to be running an AR. But a lot of people are, and I can see why, because as I was saying in my hardpoint videos, that there are a lot along sites. And like I was saying about those windows and that, if you, depending on where you get spawned or where you go, you can pop up, look out the window, and you can see all the way down some seriously long sites, and it'll outgun an SMG quite easily, especially if you've got an RIP or an Obsidian C, something like that, it'll be game over. But each to their own, depending on the thing. I mean, there's a guy on here using a sniper rifle who does catch me a few times. Fair play to him. It's a bit frustrating, but he is quite good. But I found it, you know, I found it a lot faster paced. I thought it was really good. The spawn systems weren't that bad, to be honest. Yeah, I was finding on TDM, especially on Advanced Warfare, I find them a little bit everywhere. It's not very predictable. You're not too sure which places people are going to be. Sometimes you can quite easily just go on a bit of a run, someone spawns behind you, you're dead, and you're just like, oh, are you serious? But, you know, it can be a bit frustrating. But with this, I found it not too bad. It's not like when they brought out Urban. Urban was terrible. Well, is terrible for the spawns, I gotta be honest. It is a little bit, the amount of times I've walked downstairs in one of the buildings and someone's literally spawned in the corner and you just shoot him, you feel a bit sorry. I mean, it's happened to me a few times, but with this one I didn't feel that was happening too much, so it seemed to be alright. But there is so many different ways to go, there's so many ways to get caught out. Like I was explaining in my hardpoint video, there's plenty of boxes to hide behind everywhere. There's lots of different ways and that. Like I try and get a little bit sneaky in some places, like you can keep close to the walls and try and use the door. I don't quite see that guy, soz law, he must have walked in at the exact same time that I was doing that. But I found it good. I found it an enjoyable game. I found it a lot more fast paced, which is the way I like it. That's why I enjoy things like Momentum. But it was alright. It was pretty good. This gameplay turned out to be not too bad. It could have been better, but to be honest, it was my first go playing Team Deathmatch on this, so, you know, I've got to have a little bit of give. But anyway, guys, as we're just going to be closing out onto this one soon, just want you to get your feedback, guys, on it, basically, guys. I mean, I know a lot of people prefer to play Team Deathmatch and free-for-all and things like that. I mean, how are you guys feeling about, like, this game mode and on this map in general? Do you think it suits you, or whether you just think it's a little bit, you know, a bit nit and cranny and not your cup of tea? Because I know a lot of people, well, from where I play, basically, a lot of people tend to like to sit around just a little bit more on Team Deathmatch, you know, like maybe control just a little tiny area, be in and out of it. Whereas I find on this map there's so many ways to get at you that I think if you're staying still and that lot, I think you're going to die quite easy. I think you're going to find it hard to hold down a corner, whether you're using a silencer or not, because like even with the silencers on this game, you can pretty much hear them quite well. And the thing is you're going to roughly know pretty much where someone's going to be at the end of the day. But with this game, we don't quite end up winning. It is a loss. We tried. I tried to go on a bit of a run. I'm making a few mistakes, and now I get picked off a few times, like right there again. He gets me, but what can you say? Fair play to him. But there again, he's holding down that little bit. Maybe that was working for him, but it didn't seem to work for me too well. But anyway, guys, this is going to be nearly last, and I am going to be checking out now. So if you could please just leave your comments in the section below, or contact me on Twitter, that'd be absolutely amazing. I'll always get back to you guys, no worries. Anyway, as we're closing out now, as you can see coming up on your screen is my subscribe button. If you could please click on that, that'd be absolutely amazing. And if you could hit that like button, help me out no end. Anyway, guys, this is going to be nearly last, and I'll catch you later.